And today we will have our technonauts to provide lectures to you all. And together with us, we also have 3 different classes. They are located in Shandong, Henan, and the Yunnan province. So for Shandong, Xuzhe is also the hometown for the pioneer, and also the class is located in number 1 middle school of Xuzhe. And for the Henan class is located in the Technology Museum, and also for the Yunnan province, the class is located in the New Century Middle School. So in the main class, we have students from around Beijing. Please say hi to the students in other places. Dear students, so you could see that it's full of technology in our main class. This is the place where Mr. Song works. So you just talk about this place is a load center. What does that mean? As we talk about the load, we are talking about we have some load in the aerospace, and for some of this load, they are actually providing scientific support. And also we have the ground station to monitor the space missions. This is also a core place for us. So every day for our engineers and scientists, they're actually managing some of the projects carrying out in the outer space. So in this place is actually the headquarters of the laboratory. There were so many functions in this place. When I first stepped inside of this place, when I looked at all of this information, I was quite impressed. Yes, I believe all of you have been aware that in the big screen, you could see the parameters for some of the equipment in our space station, and also we have different positions, occupations. For example, we have the monitors. They will monitor the situation of the equipment in the space station, and also we will upload some of the information and instructions to the space. And also we will have dialogue and communication with the technonauts. All of us work together to maintain and promote the application of all the programs. In the past, actually, Tiangong is the place for all of the legends. And today, we will continue to explore the unknown mysteries in the space. So this is how we work today. On June the 5th, Chen Dong, Liu Yang, and Xuzhe, the 3 technonauts, took Shenzhou-14 and entered into Tiangong, and also they're entering into the Tianhe core module, and also they are receiving the Wentian lab module on July the 24th. And actually today the class will take place from the Wentian lab module. So first I would like to introduce the Wentian lab module. So for the Wentian lab module, the length is quite high. It's about like 17.9 meters. The diameter is 4.2 meters, and the takeoff weight is 23 tons. So for all these lab modules composed of working module, airlock chamber, and the resource module. Actually, it is the first lab module in China space station. It will provide a lot of support for our missions carried out in the space. So Mr. Song just gave us some basics about the Wentian lab module, and also we have a lot of experiment cabinets. For example, we have the variable gravity science lab cabinet, the scientific glove box, and the experiment cabinet for biotechnology, and also the experiment cabinet for the life ecology. And this will help us to learn more about different programs and projects. And later the technonauts will show us more about these cabinets. So for the experiment cabinets, actually concentrates a lot of wisdom from the scientists. So for each one of the cabinets, they could compare as one separate laboratory. So actually for each one of them, it's quite small, it's less like 2 cubic meters. It could support different types of research. And also for the technonauts, they could do a variety of experiments in the cabinets. This is quite amazing for all different kinds of lab cabinets. So think about it, why we want to bring all of these laboratory cabinets into the space? the boy on the first row.
我知道，太空是一个微重力环
In the
境，
space, actually, the
它并且
environment
具
is
有
quite
辐
special.
射，
It's micro
而且环境
gravity
比
and
较特
also
殊，
it has the
能够
radiation.
看
The
到
environment
地
is
面上
quite
看到不
unique.
到的现象。
We could see
所以呢，
phenomena that
科
we
学
are
家
not
们
able to see
就
on the ground.
研究
So
和发
that's
现这
why
些现
for
象，
the
可
scientists,
以
they would
能
like
有
to learn
更
more
好、
about
更
this
多的
phenomenon,
科学成果。
and they too want to have more achievements.
这位同学说得非常好，太空中
Well
有着微
said.
重力、
Yes,
强辐射
indeed.
高真空等许多与
Because
地
in
面
the
不同的特殊环境条件。
space,
其中
the
最为显
environment
著的
is quite
就是微
different.
重力环境。
Especially, I
在
would
地
like
面
to
上能够
emphasize
被
it
明
is
显感受到的重
microgravity.
力，到了问天舱
In
中
this,
则变得
on the
微乎其
Earth,
微。
so we
在
could
太空
feel the
中，
gravity,
重力
but
效
in
应
the
导致的现
space,
象
we
基
are
本
not
消失，
able to see
所
the
以呢，我们
gravity.
才能够在前2次天宫课
So
当中
that's why in the
看到许
past
多被地面重力
two
所掩盖的实验现
lectures,
象，
we are
比
seeing
如说
different kinds
美
of
丽的蓝
experiments.
色水
For
球、
example,
拉
we
不
are
断的
able
叶
to
桥等
see
等。
the beautiful
科学家可以利
blue
用空
ball
间站的
and
微重力
also
环
the
境
beautiful
和地
liquid
面的重力
bridge.
环境做对
And
比，
for the
来研
scientists,
究
they
微
could
重力环境所带来的影
compare
响。
the
像
phenomena
这种
on
人为的
Earth
通过
and in
减
the
少或
space.
增加某个环境要素，来研
So
究这
we are
个要素
trying
作
to
用
add
或
it
功
in
能
or
的科学研
remove
究
some
方
of
法，
the
就
elements
属于
to
控
do
制
the
变量法。
scientific work.
那白老
And that
师，
is the way
关于
how
控
we
制变量
conduct
法，你
all
能
of
不能给
these
同学们举个直
programs.
观的例子呢？
Can you give us some example
同学们应该都
about the
吃过韭
variable
菜和韭
conditions?
黄吧？
I
那大
believe
家知道它们之间的关系吗？
you taste different kinds
在
of
其他生长
vegetables.
条件都相同
So
的情
for
况
the
下，
vegetables, they
在正
grow
常光照下长大的
in
是韭菜，
different
而去
conditions.
除光照在暗室中长大的就是韭黄。
So for example,
我
in
们可以通过控制光
some
这
of
个
the
环境因
vegetables,
素
they
来
are able
研
to
究
grow
光
in
在
dark
植物生长中
places
所
where
起的作
others
用。
requires
那我们可以
sunlight.
根据叶
So we
片
are
颜色
able
的变
to
化来进行
control
合理的推理。
the
光
sunlight
会影响
condition
韭菜叶片中
to
叶绿素
affect
构成。
the growth
之后啊，
of
咱
the
们还可以通过进一步的实验
vegetables.
来验证这个推
So
理。
of course, later
白老
on, we
师，
will show
韭
you
黄
more
和韭菜的
experiments.
故事听起来真的
So
很有意
this
思。
sounds very
原来它
interesting.
们吃起来不一样，是因为缺
For
少了
these
阳光的味
vegetables,
道。那
they
如
taste
果我
quite
们能够
different.
在太空
Maybe
中
this
收
is
获蔬
because
菜和粮食，
some of them
同学们
receive
是不是就知
sunlight
道
and
重力
some
的
of
味
them
道
are
了
not
呢？
able to receive
我
sunlight.
也真的是
I
非常
think
期待
if
有
you're
一天我
able
们
to
能够
grow
在太
some
空
of the
实现
vegetables
以
in the
纯酒力
space,
实力到花香。
maybe
植物通
you're
过
able
光
to
合作用
taste
不仅可以为
the
我们提供
flavor
食
of
物
the
还
gravity.
能为我们提供赖以生存的氧气。
Actually, for the
未来，当
Earth,
我们的
we
征程
have
迈
the
向更远的太
oxygen
空，
and also
我
we
们
have the
必然要在
sunlight.
太空建立
And
起
in
为
the
生命的
space,
生态
it
系
is
统。
in a
那植物
microgravity
就是我们
environment.
不可缺少的
Maybe
伙
we're
伴。
able to grow
所以，
vegetables
如
in
果
a
能够
different
让地
way.
球上的植物和我
So
们一起
how
深空
to
旅行，世代繁衍，
Bring
就
the
成为了
vegetables
非常
into
重要的
space.
研究
I
课题。
think this is very
其实
important
呢，
mission for
空间
us.
植物学一直是空间生
So
命科学领域研
this
究
is
的焦
very
点。
important
全
for
世界的
us
科学家
to
利用
learn
各
more
种航
about
天
the
器平
life
台开展
ecology.
了很多项空间植物
For
培
the
养实验，
scientists,
例
they
如
actually
野
done a
菜芥、
lot
小麦、大豆等等。
to
这
learn
些植
how
物
the
都在太
vegetables
空中
grow
被
in
科
the
学家
space.
成功的
Some
种植过。
people may send out
这些实
samples
验
to the
呢，从最
space,
初关注
such
如何把
as
植物
the
养活，
wheat
到后来关注
and
植物
also the
的
rice.
发、
At
生
the
长、
beginning,
开
people
花
paid
和产生
attention
种子的
to
全
the
过程。
survival
科学
and
家
the
对空
development
间
of
植
the
物生
seed.
长的了解
And
不
later
深入
on, they would like to have
但
some
是植物
intervention
在太空
to
中所
breed
存在的
better
开花时
seeds.
间晚、种子见
However,
率低
for
等
some
影
of
响
the
植物繁衍的问题，
vegetables,
仍然没有
they
得到
may
很
have
好
a
的解决。
latency
所
for
以
the
啊，我们的科学
flowering.
家就继续在太
And
空
the
实验室中
scientists
从
need
基因
to
层面探明植物
find
生
out
长发育的
more
关键环节
methods
开
to
花的调控机
breed
理。
better
白老师，
plants.
同学们可能已经了解到了，这次随问天舱进入太空
I
的
believe
是
this
空气
time
和水稻。
for
或许同
问
学们
天
会有一个疑问：
he actually
科
bring
学家
two
为什么会
types
选
of
择这
the
两种植物呢？
其实是这
vegetables
样的
into the space.
科
One
学
is
家
the
呢一般会选
Arabidopsis
择
and the
模
one
式
is
植物作为
rice.
研究对象，
And for the
因为它们
scientists,
通常
they
具
would
有
like
生
to
长周期
bring
短、
two
遗传背景清晰、
representative
容易生长和繁
plants
殖，便于
into
进行
the
实验室
space.
操作等
And
特
this will
而且呢
better help
常
us
具
to
有比
do
较
the
成熟的
research
地面
and
研究基
scientific
础
studies.
这样我们的科学家才能够更
So
好
by
地
doing that for the scientists, they could understand the differences of the growing and the planting procedures. So for the Arabidopsis and the wheat, there are two different types of the plants. So for the Arabidopsis,
双子叶长日十字花科
it
植
is
物，
a kind of
而水稻呢和我们
crucifery,
熟悉
and
的
for
其
the
他两
wheat,
栖类作物一样，
it
都
could
是单子
represent
叶、短日跟禾本科的
crops.
植物。
And actually, this is
这
kind
次
of
李南金
a
和水稻进入太空， 要承担怎
short
样的科
day
研使命呢？
plans.
让我们一起
So
来
what
听
are
听
some of
把
the
他们送
missions
上太
by
空的
these
科学家
two
怎么说。
plants? So let's see how the
同
scientists
学
say
们好，
about these
我
two
是政
plants.
科院分子植物科学卓越创新中心的郑
Hello
慧
to
琼。
students, my name is
2002
Zhou
年开始，
Huijun.
我们
Starting
团队呢
from
先后利用神舟
2002,
飞
my
船
team has
天空空间实验室
utilized
开
the
展
cargo
系列
ship and
高
also
等
the
植
core
物太
module
空
to
培养实
study
验，
the
探索
higher
研究空
plants
间环境因
growth.
素
So
对
we
植
would
物
like
生
to
长
look
发育过
into
程的影
how
响
the environment
作用性
impact the
飞行
growth and
实验表
development
明
of
空
the
间环境
plants.
对植物
And
生
based
长
on our
方向和发
study,
育
it
过程
seems
都
like
有
yes,
显著的
indeed,
影
the
响。比
environment
如空间微动
impact
力
a
条件
lot.
下洲的
We
根
look at
茎
the
叶的生长方向没
macrogravity,
了
so
上下
the
平衡，
direction
表
actually
现呢
changed
就比
because
较
there
紊
is
乱。
no the
此外呢，
upward
偷花
or
延迟
downward
脱水
growth.
增多，
And
生
that's
长变
because
慢
of the
及视力降低等问
macrogravity,
题
and
十
also
分
we're
突
looking
出。
at the
为
flowering
了进一
time
步
and
了解
also
微动力
the
对植物生
seedling
长、开花和可
timing
发
is
育
all
等几
changed.
个
So
关键
in
环节
order
的
to
作用。
better understand
本次实验
the
呢，我们挑选了控制开花
rules
的
and
关
laws
键基因，
behind,
通
so
过
this
控制
time
其
we
在植株
select
中的表达
the
量，设计了3
gene.
种
So
不同的
we
开花
actually
时间的
designed
元
the
件，
3
分别
flowering
是
time
提前开花、
for
延迟
DA
开花和正
Arabidosis.
常开花。
So that's
送到问卷仓中去
DA
培养。
before the
希望
scheduled
通过对他们
time
的比较研
flowering
究，
and
能
on
够
time
深入
flowering
认
and
识微动
delayed
力
time
等空
flowering.
间环
So we
境因
look
子对
into
如何
these
作用于
comparative
开花的。
studies,
同
and
时
we would
啊，
like
我们这
to
次也
conclude to
提
the
了水稻，
result about
期
the
待能够首次
inflorescence.
在空间完成
And
水
this is
稻
also the
从
first
种
time
子
we
到种
bring
子全生命周
DA
期的培
seed
养
to
实验。
seed growth of
过
rice
去我
to the
们希望
space.
继续利用
So
此
going
次在问
forward,
卷
we
上
like
获
to
得的
utilize the
粘界
results
和
we
水稻
got
的
this
种
time
子，
from
在空间下完成2
Arabidosis
到
and
3代
rice.
植物
So
从种
hope
子到
that we
种子
can
的试验，
study the
进一步
second
研
and
究
also
植
the
物
third
对于长
generation
期空间
of
环
the
境的
space
适应
grown
和遗传
seeds,
机制
study
的
the
稳
seed
定
to
性，
seed growth,
寻
and
找
also
让
to
植
look
物
into
更适
the
应
A
空间
behind
环境
the
的途
a
径。
genomic
为未来我们的
sequencing
太
and
空
also
菜
the
园和太空
gene
粮仓的高
impact,
效生
and
产，
also we
做好
can
知识
also
和
improve
技术
the
准备。
efficiency of the
感谢郑老师
space
专业的
crops.
分享。
Thank you,
植物的
Madam
开花
Zhao.
时间与基因的表达水
So
平
we
密切
talk
相
about
关。
like flooring
郑老
actually
师
is
通过
really
调控
closely
基因的表达水
related
平，获得
to
了
the
3种
gene
开花时间
expression,
不同的
and
元
also
件。
by changing
一会
the
儿啊，
one
大家也可
factor
以跟着
in
何
the
天老
gene
师去看看
sequencing,
这
we
些
could
在
see
太空
at
中
the
生长的
different
元
timing
件。
of flooring
同学
of
们呢，也可以注意观
Arabidosis
察
in
不
space.
同的
So
种植口
keep
中
your
长出的
eyes
元件
close to
有什么
all
不
these
同。
Arabidosis
除
and
了
also
天
look
空中
into
的这
these
些
comparative
植物科学
studies.
实验之外，我们在地面9月9日
Well,
也
on
开启了
ground
天地
on
公播
September
研究活动
9th, we
来
also
自
grow
全国
a
各地
seed
30
on
多
the
所学校的
earth,
学
on
生
ground.
收到了郑老师送
We
来的空
actually
间站
received
同类种
the
子。
same
同学
or
们怀着
identical
自己的
seed
科学梦想，
on ground.
神舟
So
14
we
号的
grow
航天员
our
们
seed
一起
on
播下
ground
了
and also
希
later
望
on,
的种子。
maybe we can compare to the seed growing in space.
天地共播一粒种，你我共
Growing
有
the same
一个
seed,
梦。
we
让我
also
们
grow the same
天
dream
地
of
同
hope.
心，
So let's work
共
together
同记录，
to
一起来
record
呵护种子
the growth
生
of the
根
seed
发芽。
from
成长
the very beginning of the
在这段时间，
germination
同学们精
to
心呵护
growth
着他
to
们种植的
development.
拟南芥
So
和
during
水
this
稻，
time
认
period,
真观察并
students
记录成长。
took special
在
care
种
of
子培养
all
的
these
过程中，
seedlings
他们就
and
像
during
科
the
学
whole
家一样，
process.
发
They
现
spent a
问
lot of
题，
effort
提出假
to
设，
look
设
into
计实验，并
the
验证猜
growth.
想。
And
这
so they
其实
have
就
the
是科学
questions
探
and
究的
also
过程。
they set
今
their the
天，同学
hypothesis
们把
and
他
try
们的
to
种
look
植
out
成果
the
带到了现
answers.
场，
And today
他
the
们非
students
常期待
actually
自己种
bring
植的
their
植物能够
plants
与空
to
间站上的
this
植物来一个
main
天地
venue
同化。
and hope that we can compare the plants between
一
Earth
粒
and
小小的种子
space.
肩负着人类探索深空
So
的使
a
命。
tiny
而此时，
seed
我们的
actually
航天老
unveiled
师
the
作为
secrets
科学探
of
索的太空先行
space,
者，
and
已
also
经做好
our
了准备，
technonauts
带
are
我们领
ready
略太
to
空的
bring
奥
us
秘与
to
神
the
奇。
members
同学们
of，the
天空课堂
mysteries.
的大门已经开启。
So now
下面
we
让
are
我们用
ready.
最热烈的掌
So
声
let's give
欢
a
迎
warm
唐学员老
applause
师们。
to welcome our 3 technonauts.
“太空探索永无止境”。同学们好，
There is no end to unveil the mysteries of space. Hello, class. My name is Chen Dong, commander of Shenzhou-14. We are very happy in our 问天 live module
继续探索
to
科学奥秘。
continue our journey to unveiling the universe. Hello to you. My name is Liu Yang. Looking forward to today's lecture.
同学们好，我是
Hello
航天员蔡旭哲。
I'm Cai Xuzhe,
在今天的授课过程中，
and during
我
today's
担任
class,
太空摄像师，
I'll be the
请大家跟着
cameraman.
我的镜头
So follow my
一起体验
camera
科学的奇
to
妙。
enjoy the beauty of
这
the
是我们
space.
第3节天宫课堂
And
了。
this is our
同学
third
们是不是
class.
等的有点着急了
So I
呢？
believe that you waited for a very long time.
今天
So
我们
finally
换了间
today
教室，继续
we
给大
change
家
our
上课。
classroom,
那在
continue
开
our
始今
journey.
天的科学课之
So
前，
before we
我
start
和
our
刘
class,
洋老师
Liu
先
Yang
带
and
大家
I will
参
first
观一
give you
下
a
我
little
们
bit
的新教
tour
室。
about our
问天
new
实验堂吧。
classroom. And by the way, this is our Wentian live module. Let's check this out.
问天实验舱是我们空间站的
Wentian live
第一个实验
module.
舱段，
This is our very
具有
first
完整的
live
环
module.
控声
It
道系
have
统
the
和
a
基本
complete
生
the
活
a
设
life
施。
supporting system and
大家
also
看，
the
这里就是我
facilities
们
we
问
need
天实
every
验舱
day.
的睡
And
眠
this
区，
is our
为我
living
们将
and
来
sleeping
重组在轨轮换
module, and this also provide additional beds for the astronauts and technonauts coming to the space.
同学们看，我们问天实验舱
So
睡眠室的
inside
方向
Wentian
和
module,
是不
so
同的。
our sleeping quarters direction actually different from core module. So it's in horizontal in the core module, but here is in vertical direction. And of course you cannot sleep in this direction on Earth, but right now we are in a macrogravity, so
所以
any direction will feel the
根据设计需
same.
要
So
来
by
安
the
排我们
design
的睡眠
purpose,
区
we
方向
can
同
to
学们
arrange different
跟随
direction
我
our
一起
sleeping
向前飞
banks. So let's moving forward.
现在我们就来
And
到
I'm
了
floating
问天实验舱
to
的生活区。
This
这
living
里有我
area.
们的太空厨
So
房
here you
设
can
备，
find our kitchen.
包括热风加热装
So you
置、
could see the
饮水
live
机的
microwave and
配
the
置
a
和核心
drinking
舱基本
tablet,
相同。
and also similar
同学
as
们
we
看。
have in the core module.
这是我们
And
从
on the
核
other
心舱
side,
转移过来的
This is what we
太
move
空
from
自行
core
车
module, and this is our cycle, our back here.
在它的前方就是我们的
In
卫生
front
间了。
of our special designed
介绍到
back,
现
that's
在
the a
相
hiding
信同
place.
学们应该也了解了。我们的问天实验舱
So
是具
far you
备
could
独立
understand
支撑
that the a
重组
live
在
module
生活
actually can
保障
provide
能力的
the a live
并且
support
它有
systems
完整
for
的
the
控制系
technonauts
统。
and also
如果
equipped
天和
with
核心舱
complete
遇到
control
紧急
management
情况
system.
问天
And
实验
if the
舱
core
可以
module
作为
actually encounters some
整个空间站
emergency,
的核心
then
接管
that's
控制。
the a Wentian live module can serve as the
好的。
full backup
介绍
to
完
the
问
space
天
station's
实
key
验舱的
systems.
生活功能。那接下
So
来
so
就是
far
它的
we
重点
know
工作
that
了
there is sleeping
科学
quarters
实验部
and
分的
living
介
areas,
绍。
kitchens, and
之
now
前的
coming
授
to the
课
key
给
part
同学们
of
介
the
绍
live
过核心
module,
舱的
that's the
空气
work
实验柜
space.
和微
So
重力
you
实
know
验
that
柜。
we have that
那我们的问
cabinet,
天实
and
验
also
舱
in the
给大
previous
家带来
lecture
了更
we
多新的
introduced
科学
some
实
of
验
the
柜。
cabins
我们一起来
cabinets
参
to
观
our
一下。
students, and also look at we have this time we actually have some new ones
两部分组成。
on board
上
the
面
a
是
Wentian
科学
Lab
方向
module. We have a glove boxes at the top. So later on, we will select samples of
给我
plants.
们提供了一个
So
密闭
these
洁
glove
净的
boxes
操作空
provide
间
a very clean
让我
and
们的实验
sealed
更加
place,
便捷
so we can
未来
make
我
sure
们
that
还
our
在这里
experiment can
安
be
装一台
controlled
灵巧机
and
器
also in a
和一
very
套显微
simple
操作
manner.
系统。
So later on, we'll
那在
also
他
have
们的
a
共
very
同配合之
a
下呢，
tiny
就可以
robotic
给
arm
细
to
胞
help us
做
to
手术
assist
穿刺。
the experiment, and also later on we can also do the precise the operation,
这是低温存
so
储
that
装
help
置
us
相当于
to
我们
conduct
实验
the
样本的
operation
太
on the
空
cell
冰箱。
level. And at the bottom, that is a refrigerator with temperature as low as -80 degrees Celsius. And that's also help to store samples. So we can also change the temperature to -2 degrees and to -40 degrees as well. And here, this is our life science and ecology experiment cabinet, and this is a platform to conduct the experiment on single objects. You could see that divided into different units or in different rooms. Different room actually specialize for different objects. It's kind of like a hotel room for different animals and plants. So the results we got here that can actually provide a foundation for us to stay a longer time period in space, even in Mars. So think about that. Later on, we will also look at the aerobioses. So which room stays? Please stay tuned. And look at this black box. And this is the radiator meters to help us to measure the radiation level. So help us to put a close eye on the radiation level in the cabin.
Now we move to another cabinet. So for this one, is actually the experiment cabinet for the biotechnology. It will focus on the protein analysis and also the cells and tissue analysis. We have many equipments inside of this cabinet. So this is also a mini lab in the space. So earlier, Ye Guangfu have gave us some introduction about the cell studies. So for this cabinet, it will help us to learn more about the microorganisms. On my right-hand side, it is the variable gravity experiment cabinet. So this will provide different levels of the gravity. Let's take a look at this cabinet. So inside of the cabinet, we have two round discs. These are the turners, and for each one of them, they are equipped with different units. So we could use all of these units separately or use it all together. So for this one, we are talking about the centrifugal force. So we are able to provide the gravity environment. By using these experimental gravities, we are able to provide different kinds of experiments related to the biotechnology, gravity effects, and also the fluid items. So this is the introduction. Any questions?
来，有哪位同学想和陈东老师进行问答互动？
Any questions?
那第二排左起第5名男生吧。
陈东老师您好，我是来自中国科学院附属实验学校的学生。
I'm from the
看您
affiliated
和
middle
梁老
school
师的
from
介
the
绍，
Chinese
看到
Academy
我们
of
空间站
Science.
有这么多的实
So
验设
right
备，
now
感
we're
到
able
非常
to
的惊
see
奇。
different kinds of experimental
我
cabinets in the space.
对
I
电
was
重力实
quite
验柜
impressed.
里面要展开的流体研究比较感兴趣。
So
请
I'm
问
quite
您为什么我们
interested
要在
about the
太
microgravity
空，我
fluid
们要在
cabinet.
空间站里展开流
So
体实
my
验研究
question
呢？
is
谢
why
谢
we
老师。
want to do a lot of experiments about the fluid studies. Thank you.
好，谢谢你的提问。
Thank you for your
流
question.
体在我们日常生活中
So
担
for
任着
fluid,
非常重要的
It
角
is
色。
very essential in
同样
our
在我
daily
们的
life.
空间站的建设和
It
运
is
营
the
期间
same
也发
for
挥
the
着非常重
construction
要的作
for
用。
the China's
那我们空间
space
站
station.
最显著的特点
For the
就
space
是微重
station,
力环境。
you could see we
在
are
微重力
having
环境
this
下，流体
microgravity
的行为
environment.
与地面会有
So
很
in
大的
such an
不同。
environment, the movement of the fluid is quite different as of the ground.
前2次课，我都
Water
给大
is
家
a very
展示
common
了
thing
微重力
fluid,
环境下
and
水
in the
的
past
奇妙
2
现象。
lectures, we're able
我
to
们
show
运载
you
火
some
箭
of
发
the
动机
magical
内使
movement
用
of
的
the
也
water,
是液体燃料。
and also we are
在
using
微重
some
力
of
环
the
境下，
fluid
燃
field
料的流动
for
性
the
质
carrier
与地面
rocket.
存在
In the
显著的差异。
microgravity
如果简
environment,
单
the
套用
movement
地
of
面
the
的经
fluid
验，
is
可
quite
能
different
会
here.
遇到大问题。
So if we use the fluid the same way
下面
as we
我给
did
同学们演示一个
on the
小实验
Earth,
来
this
进一步
must
展示
create a lot
流
of
体现
problems.
象的
Now I would
天
like
地
to
差异。
show you another experiment
在我面前，
so that you
这
could
是一
better
个装
understand the
满水的
difference.
培养皿。为了便于
So
观察，
this is
我
the
在里面
container.
加了一些颜料。
I am
这
putting
是
some
3
of
根
the
粗细不同
pigment.
的塑料管。
So now
等一
I'm
会儿我会把
using
它
different
同时
kinds,
放在水中。
different shape of the
那
tubes,
会和
and
地
now
面的
I would
现
like
象一样
to
吗？
put the tube
在揭晓
inside
答案
of
之
the
前，
container.
我
Shall
想
we be
地
the
面的
same?
同学，你们先自己
So
动手
before
试
I
一
do
试，
this
看
experiment,
看地
please
球上
try
的
it.
效果是怎么
Let's
样的。
see what happened on Earth.
哦，我看到了。
Alright, now I'm able to see some of the results. Now you could
哦，非
see
常快。
the water is rising, the liquid is
那同学
flowing.
们，你们做完了。那下面轮到我了。
Now it's my turn.
好，大家睁大眼睛仔细看啊。
Pay attention to this experiment.
看到这边那个最细的管子，哇，
So
这个
just
页面
look
上
at this
太
one.
快了，
It rises very
它已经上
fast.
到顶了。那这边这两
It
个
rises to the top.
上的比较慢，
So for the other
别
two
着急。
tubes, now you
那
could see
和地面最明
the
显的
water
区
rises
别
very
就
slower.
是我们在太空，由于没有了重力的
So
束
actually
缚，
in the space,
表面
without
张
the
力作
impact
用
of the
会更
gravity,
加的明
now you
显，
could see we have a
会驱
stronger
动页
surface
面
tension,
不断的上
and
升，
this will drive the
最终啊，
liquid
我们
flowing
页面
upwards.
都会上升到管
So
顶。
in the end, for all of
正如
the
雅萍
liquid,
老
they
师
will
所
float
说，
to the top
流
of
体
the
现
tube.
表面张力作用又一次大显神威了。
This is also because of
好，
the
我们看到
impact of the
最
surface
粗的这个
tension.
管子页面
Now
上
for
升到
this
了管
one, you
顶，
could see it is quite wider, but the liquid is able to
同
reach
学
to the
们
top.
别看这个实验简单，
So this
里面
experiment
涉及的
seems
原
very
理比较
simple,
复杂。
but there are many
科学家
principles
就需要
behind
研
it.
究这些
So for the
看似简
scientists,
单的
they
现象
have，to
然
learn
后
more,
利用这些原理去解
and also
决
they have
遇
to
到的问
learn
题。
these
比
principles
如
to
航空
resolve
器
some of
发
the
动机的
problems.
燃料储
For
箱、高
example,
空热管都利用
for
了毛
some
细
of
作用
the
呢。
combustion system and also the
刚才
power
说到
system
了
for the
流体管
aircraft,
理，
we have
如
to
果我们
use this
燃料
kind of the
燃料来回
capillary
震荡，
phenomenon.
就会给我们的燃料储箱一定的冲击力，
And for some
足
of
以
the
造
liquids,
成危
if
险。
they
那
vibrate
如何减少震
fiercely,
动带来
this
的
will
冲击呢？
actually have some
我们可以
danger
通过一个
for
实验
the
了解一下。
engine of the aircraft. Now I would like to show you another experiment to see how we mitigate
这
the
是我们
vibration.
提前做好的一个水球。
So this is the
今
water
天
ball
我
we
们
have
一
made
起来探
earlier.
索，看看微重力环境
So
下
let's
水
see
球的震动
the
会有哪
vibration
些有
of
趣
the
的现象
liquid。and the liquid solid mixture under the same impact in
我
microgravity
先用注射
environment.
器喷出空气，
So
快速地
first
冲击它。
I would like to push in some of the air.
同学们看，水球的
Just
震
take a
动
look.
还是挺剧烈的。
We do see a very
那
fierce
如何可
vibration.
以减小这种震动
But
呢？
how to mitigate the
我准
impact
备
of the
向水
vibration?
球内加入一个空心钢球，
Now I would
看看
like to
会有
put
什
a
么现象
hollow
发生。
iron ball inside of the water ball. Let's see what happened.
虽然钢球穿进了水球，
For the steel
但
ball,
是水
it
球
enters
仿佛
into the
有
water
粘
ball,
性一样，
but it feels like
钢球又
for this
弹回来
water
了。
ball, it could pull
好的
back the
现
steel
在钢
ball.
球已经放置好了，我们再以同样的力度来冲击它。
Now I would like to do it again to push in some of the air.
震动确实变小了
Now you
呢，
could see we are able
水
to
球
mitigate the
好像变懒
vibration.
了一样。
It feels like the water
同
ball
学
is
们
getting
再看
lazy.
一次，
Now I would like to do it again.
这个实验告诉我们，
So for this
小球的
experiment,
加入使流体
when
的
we
震
are
动
adding
发
the
生
steel
了
ball,
变
it
化。
actually changed the
同学们想
movement
一
of
想，
the
这是
vibration
为
of
什
the
么呢？
liquid.
生活中
Just think
有没
about
有
it.
类似的
Why
应
this
用？
happens?
讲到现
Can
在，
we use this
我觉得
principle for
有些
some of
口
the
渴了呢。
application in our daily
今
life?
天
Now I'm actually getting a little bit of thirsty. Now I would like to show you how I drink water in space. In Earth, we use quite short straw to drink the water. But if you have very long straw, it takes you some efforts to get the water. But today I would like to use a 2-meter long straw to drink the water. Have a guess. Let's see if I can drink the water successfully.
Yes, I got it. It's a very easy task for me. It's mango juice. On Earth, because of gravity, we use a straw to drink water. So you need to spend a lot of efforts if you dip through a long straw. But here, the gravity is gone, so just by a very easy effort, I can use this crazy long straw to drink the juice. So here I am here. So besides the previous two experiments that study capillarity in space and vibration of a liquid and liquid solid mixture in space, here we come to another experiment. So this is a T-handle. Let's say we use it a lot in space. Let's see when we spin it. Let's spin the smaller one. So look at this, right? It's tumble and over and. So you could see that it spin around and flip back and forth. So let's try another one. So look at this color and. So you could see that sometimes you could see that the right dots, look it closely, you could see sometimes on the left, then that turn to the right and then back to the left side. See that? So let's try these two together to see the similarity and differences. Alright, you could see that they have a different gesture of rotation, right? But they're very naughty ones. So we look at that's a tumbling T-handle, but think about this. What's the reason behind why T-handle is dancing and also flowing and over and? So let's see, if we rotate this direction, it's very stable, right? It's not really tumble and over and. Let's turn this way. Can you see this? So right now it's flip back and forth. So this is called the Janibekov effect. So it's named after a Russian astronaut. So this is what we see that because of the distribution of mass and also the rotation axis. So this is very hard to achieve on ground, but it's just a normal phenomenon we see in space. It's not finished yet. Let me show you another one. So for this object, if we rotate it, think about this. And this is your homework, and you can tag the answer after the lecture. So the whole space station provides a microgravity environment, and we can observe something different from the Earth. So it also can help us to understand the scientific law and the rules. So besides all these very interesting phenomena, we also work together with experts and scientists to understand the reason behind. So back to Shenzhou-14, actually you actually plant the cabbage in Tiangong 2. So yes, we actually plant the seed and also to keep a close eye on its growth, development, and also coming to the harvest. So not long ago, we also enjoyed a cabbage plant by Mr. Xuzhe. So that's the lettuce. It's very tasty lettuce, and we actually enjoyed that during the Mid-Autumn Festival. And what else we have here? We have rice. It's looking very nice. So talking about plants. So to class, hope you still can remember that not long ago we plant and grow the seed of Arabidopsis. Let's check what we got here. So before we check our homework in space, let me check your homework on Earth. So maybe I call out students in Yunnan. So anyone can answer the question given by our taikonaut.
航天员老师好，我是云南大理州实验小学
Hello.
6年级的学生梅子妍。
My name is Mei Ziyan from the Dali New Sanctuary Middle School, grade 6.
早开花型和对照组
So we actually had the comparative studies of the Arabidopsis, and we record every day. So let me report to you what we got here so
播
far.
种记录吧。过了3天，
So 3 days after growing, the control group and the scientific group, we could see that the seedling is a very tiny, small ones, but after 10 days, you could see that the scientific group first grow the 4 leaves. It's faster than the control group.
我们惊喜地发
And
现
also on the
实
3rd
验组
of
的拟南芥开花了。 白色的小
October,
花
and we
非常
actually
小。
see the very
这几天
small
对
white
照组的小
flower.
男还没抽台，
But
看
actually,
来
the
经过基因编辑
Arabidopsis
的早开花
in
种
the
子的开
control
花
group
期
it's
真
not
的
really
提前了很
seen the
多。
flower yet.
期待
So
我
we
们的
could
小
see
男
that the
能够和
what
空
we
间
got
站上的小
in
男
the
一起
scientific
早日完
experiment
成
group.
从
That's the
从
early
种子
flowering
到种子的实验。
Arabidopsis.
谢谢。
So that's very interesting, and we hope to understand the whole seed-to-seed growth of Arabidopsis. Very nice, well done. So you could be a scientist later on in the future. I'm very glad to also tell you that the Arabidopsis here in space is also looking good, and you could see these pictures, and this is what we recorded early on, and also today we also together to take some samples of the Arabidopsis and we put in the glove boxes, and later on we will store samples and will be brought back to Earth for further analysis. So let me put the glasses on. So you could see this is the very first MR glasses. So with the glasses, I can finish the sample collection in a very safe and efficient way. So you could see that right now I provide you with this angle.
在这个种植孔里，面板上一共有6个种植孔，每个种植孔里面都种植着
So this
不
you
同
could
开
see
花期
that
的小楠。
we have
大家
this
看这边的
the FPV,
3和4
and you could
这孔里
see
面的
that
小楠
here
已
you
经开
could see
花了。
6 holes, And number 3 and number 4,
同学说的，它的花
the
不小
Arabidopsis, we could see that already flowering, but here
而这里这两个是
number
野生型
1,
的小
2
兰，
not
它的苗还比较
coming
小。
to the flowering stage yet.
在我把它们剪下来之前，
And also
我
could
想
see
先
the
给它们
other
拍张照片，
Arabidopsis
传给
also
地
in
面
a
的科
very
学家。
small size. So first let me take a
开启拍照。
photo, take a picture.
开启拍照。发送图片。
Take a picture, send the picture.
显示面板。
Display the screen.
显示引导。
Display the guide.
好，那我这个工具都已经准备好
Alright,
了。
all the toolkits are ready.
好，隐藏面板。
Hide the screen.
那我开始采集了。
Now I'm able to pick some of these
先把这个盖子打
Arabidopsis.
开。
First, I would like to open the cover.
拿上我的小剪刀。
Use the scissors.
我们先剪这个吧。
I will start from this one.
Hop 的。盖上盖子，
Put the cover back.
别让它们飘出来。好了，那一个我们小蓝的样
So
品
alright,
采
this
集
is one
就
of the
完成
sample
了。
of the Arabidopsis.
等会儿给同学们上完课之后呢，
So
会
after the
把
class,
剩下的样品都剪下来，
I will continue
放到
to
我
pick
们
the
的
samples.
冻存管里面。
And also I will put it into the low temperature storage box.
好，那在所有的冻存管都拿出来之后，
So
我会把
after
它
I
们
get all the
放到下
samples,
面的零下80度
I will put it into the
等到
storage
回地面
cabin
的时候
with
带回地球
minus
交给
Celsius
科学家
80
研究。
degree. And then I
那
will bring all
说
of these
到了拟
samples
燃
to
界
the
我
scientists
还
on
跟
the
他
ground.
非常有缘
Talking
呢。
about the
记得
Arabidopsis,
在天宫
actually
2
I
号
have a
种植的
story
拟
to
燃
share
界
with you.
也是我
In
带回的
Tiangong
经验
2, actually
所以
it
这
is
次期待科学家
me
们
who
会
bring
有
all of
新
these
的
samples
研
back
究
to
成
the
果。
Earth. Hopefully this time we're able to see more research results.
同学们，在我们
Dear
的生
students,
命生态实验柜里，
So in
除
this
了这个小
cabinet
蓝，还培育了
of the
另外
life
一种植
ecology,
物。
also we are raising
同学们
and
猜出
breeding another
水
type of
稻
plant,
在哪个
which
房间
is
了
the
吗？
rice.
我拿出来给大家看一
Now
下。
I would like to show you where are the rice.
同学们看，经过
Just take a
70多
look.
天的生
With
长，
over
我
70
们水
days
稻种子
of
已
breeding,
经长
now
成
you
了
could
一
see
颗颗水
for
稻
all
植
of
株。
these seeds they're
这个实
turning
验
into
一个
plants.
重要的目标就是要实现水
One
稻
of the
从
objectives
种
for the
子到
breeding
种
is
子
that we
全
want
寿
to
命周期的培养。
a seed to seed
在我们这
life
个生
cycle
长河
of
里
the rice.
住着高杆
In this
和矮
box,
杆
now you
两
could
种水
see
稻。
two types of rice, the growing
在
rice
水
and the
稻培
dwarf
育的过
rice.
程中，我们发现了一个
During
奇特的现象。
The
在
raising
刚
of
刚萌
the
发的水
rice,
稻叶
we
尖
may
上
see
出
something
现了
different.
一个晶莹的小
Right
水
at the
滴，
beginning, we are able to
并
see
且
some of
小
the
水滴
water
会
drops
越变
on the
越大，
leaves
直到
of the
贴到了
rice.
生长河的壁
And
上。
also for these
这是什么
droplets, they
原
will
因呢？
get bigger and then they
原
will
来
stick
这
to
是
the
水
box.
稻的吐水现象，
So actually,
在
this
微
is what
重
we
力环
call
境中
degradation.
更容易观察得到。
In the microgravity
同学们看，
environment, we are
小
able
水
to see
滴
this kind of
已经连成
phenomenon.
片了呢。
Now you could see so many droplets of the water on the
我
wall
想问
of
问
this
同学
box.
们， 你们在种植水稻的过程中发现
So
了
I
水
want
稻
to
的
ask
枯
you
水现象了
questions.
吗？
So when you are
是
raising
空间站上
the
水稻
rice,
的水珠
are you
蛋，
able to
还是地
see
面水稻
this
的水珠
phenomenon
蛋？
of
为
guttation?
什么？这个问题留给同
Why
学
you
们
don't see
作
so
为
many
课后
water
思考题吧。
droplets, but in the space station, we could see this phenomenon. This is
8
your
月不
homework.
到10月获到。我们在空间站
So
里
in
面种
August,
植的
we
水
start
稻、
to
小麦
raise
都
the
展示
rice
了
and
勃
the
勃生
wheat,
机。
and in
非常
October,
期待
we're
能够在
able
空
to
间
see
站
the
收获
harvest.
我们自己
We're
种植的
expecting
粮
that
食。
in the future we're
说不
able
定
to
在不久
get
将
more
来，
crops
在
in the
月
space
球，
station.
甚至在火星，
I
我
hope
们
in
都
the
能
near
实现
future,
袁隆
in
平
the
院士的
moon
禾下
and
土
in
养梦。
Mars, we're
当
able
然，
to grow
这
more
要看同
crops.
学们你的了。
But
这
this
些
is
珍
your
贵的
mission
实
in
验
the
样品，
future.
不仅仅
For all of
是
these
我们
samples,
太空微重力环境下生长的
they are
植株，
treasures
更
for
是
the
我们
space
全
station,
体航天科技工作
and
者
also
劳动的结
this
晶。
is because of the
今天的
efforts
工作
for
真
all
是收
the
获满满。
taikonauts.
我相信同学们在这个过
And
程中
today we're
也
able
获
to
得了
see a lot
很多
of
知识。
harvest of the crops,
今
and at the
天
same
要
time,
授课
I
的内容
believe
就是这些
you
了。
are able to learn
下
a
面
lot of
进入到
knowledge.
我们的
So
课
that
堂
is the
提
lecture
问环节。
part. Now is the Q&A session. Feel free to ask the questions.
我相信同学们一定会有很多的问
I
题
believe
想
all
要
of you have a
问我
lot
们
of
吧。
questions to ask.
别着急，先请北京的同学提问吧。
So first, I would like to give the floor
好
to，
我们北京
um,
现场有没有哪位
the
同学想
classroom
向
in
航天员老师
Beijing.
提问的？举起手
any
来。
questions?
那我们请第3排最里面那位女同学回答问题吧。
The girl on the third row.
航天员老师好，我是来自
Good
人大
afternoon.
附中航天城学校的学
I'm
生。
from
您刚才说
Renda
生命
affiliated
生
middle
态
school.
柜是动植物的太
You
空
just
旅
talk
馆。
about
那么
that
以后
for
还会
the
有什么样
experiment
的动
cabinet
植
for
物住
ecology
在太空
is
旅馆里
actually the
面呢？
hotel
谢谢。
for the plants. So what are some of the plants coming to this hotel in the future?
好，这个问题提到了动物，
Thank you for your
我
question.
比较有发言权，我来回答。
I would like to take your question.
我在神舟11号任务的时候呢，就
When I carry my mission in
太空中
Shenzhou-14,
的蚕宝宝
I'm
呀，非
able
常可
to
爱。
raise
当
wool,
然，现
silkworm.
在空间站各方
They
面
are
的
quite
条件
lovely,
都进步
and right now in the space
除了
station,
刚
it
才
is
我
more
们讲到
advanced
的
and
原
developed.
界和水稻，
And this
那么
time
下
we're
面的
able
单
to
元
grow
房
the
间还可以
arabidoses
分别
and the
养殖
rice,
斑马鱼、蟹
and in the future
在
we're
这里
able to
科学家可以根
grow
据不同
the
植物适应的
zebrafish,
生长环境，
and I believe they will adapt to this environment. And also we're able to monitor the temperature and humidity in all of these boxes, and we're able to take photos and also to make some videos
让
of
地面的科
all
学
of
家
these
知道它们发育
creatures,
的好不好，
so that for people from the earth, they understand the conditions for these plants. That must be very interesting. Thank
我
you.
们下面请山东同学来提问
Now
吧。
I would like to invite students from Shandong to ask the question.
好，同学们，我们期待已久的解惑环节到了，大家
Now
有
is
什么
the
问题说
Q&A
一下，
session.
请航天员老师们帮我们解惑吧。
Please raise your question.
好，这位女生。
航天员老师好，
Good
我
afternoon.
是山东省菏泽第一
I'm
中
from
学
Heze
高一
number
年
one
级的
middle
司雨
school.
山。我想请教一下，
I
太
want to
空
ask
中
you a
没有上
question.
下左右，
In the
并
space, we
且感
don't
受
have
不到重力
direction.
那
We
为
cannot
什么
feel the
你们
gravity.
叶和水稻的根还能向下扎到土壤和的
But
土壤
why
里呢？谢谢。
The root of the arabidosis and the rice could still settled in the
那
space.
这个问题我来回答吧。
Maybe I will take the question.
谢谢这位同学提出了
First of all, thank you for your question. Very interesting indeed.
空间站虽然没有
In the
重力
space
的影响
station, even though we don't have any gravity, however, for the root, they could grow inside of the soil.
不仅具有向重性，
This because for all of these plants, they grow towards gravity and moisture. So in the soil, it is full of moisture and water. So that's why during the germination period, for the seed of the rice and the arabidosis, they will grow towards the gravity. So for the stem and also the roots, maybe they will not grow in the same direction.
好的，那我们山东的同学还
All
有问
right.
题吗？
Any more questions from Shandong?
好，同学们，我们还有解惑机会，要抓住这
We
个机会。
still have the opportunity to ask the question.
好，这位男同学。
航天员老师好，
Good afternoon.
我是山东省菏泽第一
I'm
中
from
学
Heze No.
尹
1
征
Middle
涵。
School in
我想请教
Zhenhan.
一下，植物在太空
My
中的生
question
长周
is
期
that for the
和在
life
地球上
cycle
相
of
比
the
有
plants
什么
in
不同
space,
吗？
is this any difference
谢谢。
as compared to the Earth?
哦，我想同学是不是在种植拟南芥的时候想到了这个问题？
I believe when you are growing the
由我们的
Arabidopsis, you
蔡
may
老
come up
师
with this
来给解
question.
答一下。
Maybe Mr. Tsai can answer your question.
这是个有意思的问题。
This is a very interesting question.
太空微粒环境
In the space,
对
we are
生活
in
上
the
的发展
microgravity
很多方面都
environment.
有影响。
It may have a lot of impact for the development and the growing of the plants. For the scientists, they have done a lot of experiments. So under microgravity
很多植物
environment,
在太空中的生长周期
it will
方面
affect the life cycle of the plants.
陈东老师他们在太空2号
For example, Chen Dong has just mentioned that for some of the
和地面生长周期
plants,
就差不多，
they may
而
bloom
同样在
late.
太空2号里
And for other kind of plants, they may grow slowly inside of the space cabinet. However, they tend to live longer. This is also quite interesting to observe.
我们下面请河南的同学来提问吧。
Now let's turn over to Henan province to see
好，
if the
同学们，
students have
机会
any
难得，
questions.
有想向航天员老师提问的同学，请
So
积极
any
举手。
questions? Please raise your hand.
好，那我们请坐在第3排的这位同学，你来提问。
航天员老师，您好。
Hello to
我是
all
河
the
南省实验小
Taikonauts.
学的毛圆圆。
My name is Mao
我的问
Yuanyuan.
题是，在太空中
My
种
question
植，
is
植物能否接受到充
to
足的
grow
光照？
plants. Can the plants receive enough the sunlight? That's the light provided by the lights inside the cabinet or the natural light?
这个问题让我想到了，我们也好久没有晒太阳了。
So this question reminds me that we also not enjoyed the sunshine for quite a long time. I invite Ms. Liu to answer your question. All right, I believe this is the question a lot of students may also have. So you could see that a lot of the plants are actually in the cabinet, right? So they cannot enjoy the natural sunlight. But here we have the ambient light or the lab light. We can change a spectrum of lights to fulfill the requirements of the growth and development of the plant. And also the scientists also provide and design the different conditions of a light based on the growth needs of the plant. Although right now we cannot enjoy the natural lights, but I believe with the development of science and technology, maybe in the near future we can use the natural light to cultivate the plants. I believe that you could provide an answer to this question. I believe the answer may be from you.
做好准备啊，解决问题。好，那继续请河南的同学来提问吧。
So maybe another question from 河南。
同学们，我们还有提问的机会，请大家一定要积极争取。我们有请第5排右起第3张桌子的这位同学进行提问。
航天员老师，你好，我
To
是
all
洛
the
阳市第2高级中
Taikonauts,
学的傅
I'm
瑞
Fu
欣。
Ruixin from Luoyang Province. I would like to know the mechanical clock and also atomic clock. So work the same in Earth and in space, and is a microgravity affect anything in space?
这是个有趣的问题。
That's another very interesting question. let me take this question. For you could see that the electronic watch operates smoothly and normally. But you talk about that mechanical watch that still operates. It depends on what type. So we could see that if that's a pendulum, then that cannot work because that's rely on the gravity, so that could not work. But to give you a spoiler that later on we will install a cold atom watch. Later on will also arrive in the core module with Mengtian lab module. Previously, actually, we had a cold atom clock that also provides the extreme accuracy of timing. And also this time we also used improved a cold atom clock. So with a lot of anticipation, so that will provide ultra high precision of timing. So let's turn to Yunnan.
好的，同学们，我们有什么问题想向航天员老师请教的呢？
Any questions?
好，第3排的那位女同学。
航天员老师好。
Hello, the three technonauts. I'm from Xiaguan Middle School. My name is Zhang Beixi. My question is, in space station, can you feel that turbulence? And also, can you see the other satellites? So maybe let me take your question. So when you take vehicles, the trains or cars or airplanes, of course there's a turbulence, right? But in space, there's no gravity, and there's also no the airflow, and also in addition we have a CMG installed, so it could provide a very stable environment for us, so we cannot really feel the turbulence. So talk about other. The space vehicle. So for the different space vehicle or spacecraft, they have a different designated orbit. So it's very hard to just rely on the bare eyes to observe the other vehicles. But we know actually in ISS we also have colleagues working there, and we explore the universe and try to benefit the human beings with our hard work. So maybe another question from Yunnan.
还有一次宝贵的机会，哪些同学还有问题？好，我们请第2排穿白族服装的这个女同学提问。
航天员老师，您好，我是云南
Hello.
省大理州大理市少年艺术学校的学生陈书涵。
My name is Chen Dong from Dali.
在宇宙中看到的地球
So,
有几种颜色？
how many colors can you see about Earth from
谢谢。
the space, and what is the most beautiful color? All right, let me take your question. I really like your question. We orbit the Earth in every 90 minutes. So from our angle, the color of the planet actually is not in the fixed colors. So when the orbit in the sunny side, we could see a yellow, that's the soil color. We could see also the white color, that's the snow-capped mountain, and also could see the color of the desert, the color of the ocean. We also could see that the clouds as well. But when in the shade part, we could see that the lights of the cities that highlighted the beauty of our planet. So talk about the most beautiful color. For myself, I like the A color. That sometimes that's in golden color, some is in blue, or sometimes in purple. That's the atmospheric glow. That's very, very beautiful. So I really like that air glow color. So that's our cameraman in space. He actually have taken a lot of beautiful pictures. Later on, he maybe also share with our students. Maybe another question from Beijing.
请同学们举手，抓住这次机会。有哪位同学？来，第2排这位女生吧。
航天员老师好，
Good
我
afternoon.
是来自北京市中科起源学校初中部的
I'm
学
from
生。
Beijing.
今天我想问您，就是
My question
前年
is,
4月份，我听
in
说
April
我
last
国
year,
进行了第4批
I heard
预备
that
航天员的竞
we
选。
started the
请
recruitment
问
of the
我
fourth
应该
batch
怎样
of
做
the
才能成为一
tachnauts.
名合
So
格
what
的
should I
航天
do
员
to
呢？
become a
谢谢老
qualified
师。
tachonaut? Thank you.
我非常非常开心听到这样的
I'm
提问。
so glad
希望
to hear
今
such
天
a
的天
question.
宫课堂也能够
So
在
I hope
更多的
today
同学们心里种下航天的种子。
For the Tiangong Class,
就像你刚才
it
说
will
的，
inspire more young
我已
people
经
to
启动
join the
了第
aerospace
4批
undertaken.
预备航
As
天
you
员的选
said,
拔。
China has already started the recruitment for the fourth batch
3军
of
现役飞行员中
the
选拔航天驾驶
tachonauts, and actually they will recruit from different disciplines, and also they will also recruit some of the load experts from Macau and Hong Kong, and also we will recruit some of the engineers
严格的选拔和训练。
for the space station, and you have to go through a lot of screening before you get qualified. Make sure you study hard and also do a lot of exercise. I believe in the near future you will become one of us, and making sure that in the future you will also able to step onto the space, and we are waiting for you in the space
同学
station.
们，时间过得真快啊！
Dear
本
students,
次天宫课堂
time
就要结
flies,
束了，
and that comes to
感
the
谢
end
3位航天员
for
老师
the
的精
Tiangong
彩授
class.
课。
Thank you
在
for
这
three
里，
tachonauts
也让
for
我
their
们一起
excellent
预祝
lecturing.
神舟14
So
号乘
also,
组
we
圆
would
满
like
完成
to
各项
wish
任务。
the
我们期
crew
待
of
你
the
们的
Shenzhou-14
凯旋。
to complete the mission successfully. We are here waiting for you,
好，
coming
谢
back
谢
in
老
victory.
师和同学们。
Thank you.
我们在金秋十月也一起度过了一段
In
精彩时
October,
光。
we have
不
spent
久后，我们到梦
this
天
memorable
线航
time together,
发射入轨。
and soon
到时我
Mengtian
们将见证中国
lab
空间站
module will be
全
sent
面
to the
建
space
成
soon,
历史
and
时刻。
also we'll witness the
我
great
们
moment
非常
for
期
the
待
completion
同学们
of
在
the
未来
construction of
可
the
以把
China
我们
space
的
station.
太空家园
We hope
建设
in
到
the
更好
future you could create a better future for our space home.
强大的祖国让我们每个人都有实现
For our strong nation, give us opportunity to realize our dream. I hope all of you to work hard and pursue your dreams,
汇聚到实现中国梦的
making sure that you do your best to realize
同
the
学们，
Chinese dream.
我们有幸生活在这样一个伟大的时代。
It is quite fortunate for us to live in such a great era.
年有星辰，仰
We
望
hope
星
that
空，脚踏实地，
Our journey
共同
is the
创造
sea
更
of
加
stars.
精彩
Let's
的
work together
未来。
to create a brighter future.
科学与太空相互碰撞，知识和奇妙
Flying to the space is always our dream, and we never give up exploring science. So that is the Tiangong class. See you next time.
3位航天员老师，同学们，我们
Thank
挥
you
手跟航
again
天老师再
for the
见吧，
tachonauts.
拜拜。
再见。
今天我们通过天宫课堂揭开了问天实验舱神秘的变纱，也通过对控制变量法和模式植物的学习，对空间植物实验有了更好的认识。
是的，除此之外呢，航天员老师还通
On
过
top
水
of
球
that,
变缆
for
等
the
太空物理
technologies,
实
they
验，
are also
向我们
using
展示了微
different
重力的
kinds
神
of
奇。
physical
我们也通过航天员和科学
experiment
家
to show
配
us the
合完
mysteries
成
of
的样
physics.
本采集任
And
务，
also
体
we
会
are
了天地通力
learning
合作的
some
魅
of
力。
the plant growth
后
research
续问天
projects.
实验舱内还将开展更加多样
So
的
in the
空间生命
future,
科
we
学
will
实验，
have more
持续
experiments
研究
coming
太
up
空特殊
for
环
the
境对地
Wen-Tian
球
Lab
生命的影
module,
响，
so we are
帮助
able
我
to
们做
learn
好
more
准备，来
about
应
these
对未来
phenomena.
长期太空生活所面临的一系列挑战。
And also we are
继问
getting
天
ready
舱之后，
to
我国
conquer
空
all
间
the
站第
challenges
2
that
个实
will
验
posed
舱
by
梦
the
天舱
space.
即将在
And
不久后
soon,
发射，
Meng-Tian Lab
对接
module
天河
will
核
be
心
launched
舱
soon.
问天实
And
验
it will
舱
also
形成
dock the
3舱
Tiangong
组合
module,
体。
and also we will
梦天
have
实
a
验舱配备了多领域
complex
多学科
with
的科学实
Wen-Tian
验柜。
and
未来
Meng-Tian
更多的科学实
module,
验即
and
将
in the
在太
Meng-Tian
空
Lab
中开
module,
展，
it will have
真
more
的非常让
experiment
我们期
cabinets.
待。
We are quite looking
造船
forward
为舰
for
站，
the launch
舰
of
站
the
为应用
Meng-Tian。module.
今年，中
So
国载人航天
everything we
工
have
程
done
将完
today
成
is
空
for a
间站
brighter
在轨
future.
建造任务，
And
进
today
入10年
we
以上
will
的应用
complete
和发
the
展阶段。
construction
作
of
为
the
我
China
国规
Space
模最
Station.
大、科学
And
知识
this
能
will
力最强
become
的
the
空间设
largest
施，
space
天宫空间站
facilities in
必
China.
将在我国
And
科
I
技强
believe
国建
for
设
the
的历史
space
进程中贡献巨大的力量，为未
space
来我国
station
开展
will
近
become a
地
key
远
part
的载人空
for
间探索
China to
提
build
供深厚
itself
的科
into
学
a
与
major
技术积累
power。in the
相
aerospace.
信天宫空间站
I
这一
believe
国家太空
for
实验
the
室必将帮助
CSS
我们更好地认
will
识
help
生
us
命的本质，
to learn
探索
more
宇宙的
about
未
the
知。
origin and source of
今
our
年
life
是载人
and
航天
unveil
工
the
程立项
mystery
30
of
周
the
年，
universe.
30
And
代
today
岁月荏苒，
marks the
几代航
30th
天人开
anniversary
拓创新。
of our manned
未
space
来，
program.
中国人探
This
索的
also
步伐
requires
将
a
迈
lot of
向更
efforts
深
for
更远
our
的宇宙。
pioneers.
星
And
辰
in the
大海
future,
必将留
we
下
will
更多
step
属于我
for
们
a
的印
brighter
记。
future.
同学
And
们，
I believe
载人
all
航
of
天
you
的未
will be
来
part
需
of
要
the
你们，
journey to
科
the
学探索
sea
的事
of
业
stars.
更需要你
We
们。
need you
星空
for
浩瀚
our
等你
future
来，天宫课
endeavor.
堂有你更
There's
精
no
彩。
end to
同学
unveil
们，
the
我们
mysteries
下
of
次
space.
再见。
See you next time.